Everyone, welcome to HW News. In this video today, we are going to talk about US's snub to India when India in fact requested US to lift the embargo on raw materials which are required in vaccine production. So we will discuss about that in this video today. But before that, if you are watching this video on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe to our channel, you like this video and you comment below it. And if you're watching this video on Facebook, then please do like our page and share this video to as many people as possible. It is just 6 days until India will open up vaccination for all its citizens above 18 years of age. So far, as per the government statistics, India has inoculated more than 13 crore 83 lakh people. And these were either the healthcare workers, the frontline workers or those above 45 years of age. There were calls from different quarters that India should open up the vaccination drive for all adults. 3 months after the rollout of the vaccination drive, the Modi government finally agreed to implement the suggestion, but now there is a new hurdle in front of India as it aims to inoculate its majority of the population, and the hurdle is that our vaccines are running out fast. Many states have already reported vaccine shortages and requested the center for more vaccine stock. The government, on the other hand, is completely dependent on the two vaccine manufacturers that have been given emergency use authorization by the DCGI. One is Serum Institute of India's Covishield and the second is Bharat Biotech's Covaxin. Now, to inoculate Indian population, it is need of the hour to ramp up the vaccine production. The question in front of the Indian manufacturers, however, is how to do that. The world's biggest vaccine manufacturer, Serum Institute of India, says the raw materials required for the vaccine production are under embargo in the United States. And despite calls for lifting the embargo and supply raw materials to India, the Biden administration has outright denied it, saying Americans first. Today in this video, we will try to understand this issue. Now you might remember a few days ago, Serum's Adar Poonawalla had written a sort of desperate tweet to US President Joe Biden. He had urged US President Joe Biden to lift the embargo on export of raw materials which are needed to ramp up the production of Covishield and Covovax, the COVID-19 vaccines it is making in India. The Biden administration decided to invoke the US Defense Production Act earlier this year. This act blocks export of critical raw materials in the United States. Apparently, some of the items in this blocked category are used in the production of some COVID-19 vaccines. The act empowers its president to order domestic businesses and corporations to prioritize federal contracts in such events. Other provisions include conferring powers to the president to incentivize the domestic industry to ramp up the production and supply of critical materials and goods. Last month, Joe Biden once again announced that the act was being invoked to ensure 24/7 manufacturing of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. The government would also continue to use the act to expedite critical materials in vaccine production such as equipment, machinery and supplies. Now this embargo prohibits companies on American soil from fulfilling their export commitments. A typical vaccine manufacturing plant will use around 9,000 different materials according to a report by the World Trade Organization. These materials are sourced from some 300 suppliers across some 30 countries. Because of this, vaccine manufacturers in India like Serum Institute and Bharat Biotech have been hit. Even Biological E, which is making the Johnson & Johnson vaccine in India, is facing issues due to ban on export of raw materials by the US. Now let's talk about pressure from Indian Americans. As India's coronavirus cases trump every record and the country's healthcare infrastructure crumbles under the pressure, several prominent Indian Americans have called on the Biden administration to ship AstraZeneca's vaccine and required raw materials, essential drugs to India. Various quarters, including the powerful US Chambers of Commerce, lawmakers and eminent Indian Americans have been pressurizing the United States President Joe Biden to consider their request. Myron Brillante, Executive Vice President and Head of the International Affairs at the US Chamber of Commerce said, and I quote, "As the COVID pandemic inflicts a heavy toll on countries around the globe, the US Chamber strongly encourages the administration to release the millions of AstraZeneca vaccine doses in storage as well as other life-saving support for shipment to India, Brazil, and other nations hard hit by the pandemic. It is estimated that vaccine manufacturers in the US will be able to produce enough doses by early June to inoculate every American. Now, Brillante said this move would affirm US leadership, including in initiatives such as COVAX, and as we work with the partners around the globe because no one is safe from the pandemic until we are all safe from it. Now, the US Chambers issued the statement after Indian External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar sought global help in fight against COVID-19. Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib also tweeted that the COVID-19 crisis in India is a harsh reminder that the pandemic is not over until the whole world is safe. Major Democratic fundraiser for Biden's presidential campaign, Shekhar Narasimhan, urged the US president to speak to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He said, and I quote, "We have to do something in the face of a humanitarian disaster. Every friend I know in the US with a family in India reports that relatives have died or have been affected." Now, after all of this, what did the US say on this issue? Well, in two words, let me tell you what did the US say. It said, Americans first. Yes, that's the sum and substance of what US said. US State Department spokesperson has said that Biden administration's first obligation is to take care of the requirements of the American people. He said that America has been hit harder than any other country around the world with more than 550,000 deaths, tens of millions of infections in this country alone. As far as the rest of the world is concerned, we will, of course, always do as much as we can, consistent with our first obligation. So this is what the response of the Biden administration was. So the next question is, what should we read into the situation? Now, before we try and make sense of this, let me remind you what happened last year. When Donald Trump was still the US president, he threatened India with retaliatory measures if it did not provide hydroxychloroquine, the game-changer drug which was then considered crucial in COVID-19 treatment in the US. India then had exported about 50 million hydroxychloroquine tablets. All said and done, when the US needed it, India stood up for it. Now, when India needs the US's help, why isn't the country that calls itself the leader of the first world standing up? Isn't it the responsibility of the country that loves to call itself the world leader to help other countries in need? While we maintain that the US should on humanitarian ground help countries like India, one also has to go beyond that and look for a different perspective to read into this situation. And for that, I am going to play a short clip from our managing editor, Mr. Sujit Nair's editorial. Have a look.
There are a lot of things that Americans or American president would think before they do anything against India, or they act against India, or they work on policies which are against India. Apart from also the fact that Indians in America are possibly the richest community in America, so that too. Now, all of this, we need to understand that finally relationships between two countries are not built by two individuals. That is another thing that we need to take from our mind and throw it out of the window. Two individuals cannot make great relationships. Two countries make relationships. Two countries, when they come together, they make relationships through negotiations, through diplomatic ties, through value adds that each country gives the other. If I can value add something to another country and that country can value add something to me, then the relationship, the bond is stronger. Not that my prime minister can hug better and my prime minister can hold hands better and run do an event and all that jazz. That will not help. Neither can their prime minister come and do all that. All that will not help. Those are all symbolic. That is what I think happened in the last 6 years. Symbolic. So, to conclude, Joe Biden or any president, including even Trump, they will make policies, they will execute policies that benefits their country, in the interest of their country, and rightfully so. We should propose policies, we should expect things that is working on our interest. We do not expect anything from America as a favor all the rest, all these parties and dance programs and namastes and howdies and all of them otherwise are symbolic. What matters is how you guard the interest of each of our countries.
It is generally said that difficult times tell us who are our true friends. India played its part last year. The question is, will the United States, which claims to be a natural ally of India, do the same? Do let us know what you think about this in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in. We will request all of our viewers, please, as much as you can, please stay at home, wear mask all the time, and try to maintain social distancing. Try to wash your hands as much as you can. Also, a very small request to all of you. Thank you so much, first of all, for making us reach this milestone of 2 lakh subscribers. But if you want to support us further, then we have launched a membership drive on our YouTube channel HW News English. You can click on the join button. You will get to know about the levels of membership that we offer. The perks and benefits under each level of membership will be explained to you in the video that is following. So please do consider supporting us, do contribute to us. Thank you so much.